let's not talk about the food. Guys, forgive me.
Bad experience?
Okay, let me talk about this. Guys, I love you. Kenyans, I love you. Ugandans, I love you. All East Africans, I love you guys.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, the food, my diet here has been really bad. I don't even want to talk about this because you guys are going to give me backlash here. You're just going to be like, go back home.
I'm yet to try ugali. I've heard people talk about ugali. Ugali has become a ringtone in my head.
Yes.
That's always ringing. And I haven't tried ugali. Have you tried ugali?
I love ugali and I cook ugali.
You cook ugali?
Yeah.
Muzungu cooks ugali?
I do.
The way she looked at me, I was thinking, crap, this is going to be on site.
No.
She's going to stab me. 13 years ago, I was held at gunpoint in Dallas.
Jesus Christ. Which other countries have you visited?
In Africa?
Anywhere in the world?
In the world.
Yeah.
So you're from Britain, you've been in Uganda and Kenya, and where else?
Greece. What? United Arab Emirates.
Okay.
United States.
Wait, UAE
Yeah.
is multiple countries, right?
Okay, Dubai,
Dubai?
Oman,
There's 6.
Abu Dhabi, but it's all under the same thing.
Okay.
Maldives,
Okay.
Morocco,
Okay.
Croatia,
Okay.
France.
Okay.
I did say Spain, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I did say Spain, yeah. Okay, Spain.
So like 11 or 12 countries? Is it more?
I think so, there's more, but I can't remember.
So me expressing myself is coming across as me being the angry black woman,
Right,
quote
right.
unquote.
Right.
Before this, I've actually never experienced racial profiling. It might be a thing where I might be in places where I might not feel welcome. So it might be
Right.
a few events where I might go to where I'm the only coloured person, but I don't like to walk into buildings where I'm always like questioning my race. I don't want to live life feeling as though I'm not welcomed anywhere, because I do want to feel welcomed. I live in a land where freedom of speech, we're all equal, there's a lot of democracy going on, we're all liberals, so I don't want to say that I feel like I'm always racially profiled, but I know it's there because I've experienced a few things where I've just questioned. It could also be your own insecurities to a point that you feel as though others are making you feel uncomfortable when it's only you projecting your insecurities.
Hey Mambo guys, how's everybody doing? It's your favorite Americano, Matt Diamond. We're here at Greenspan Mall in Down Home. And I got my friend today, very, very interesting guest. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, hi everyone, my name's Alia and I'm currently based in London, England, and I reached out to Matt a few weeks ago, or a month, just letting him know that I'll be in Kenya, Nairobi for 1 week, and I was like, we should meet up and do a video together, and as a result, we're here today.
So it was really interesting. I was very excited to meet this lady because of where she's from. And then she happens to be I didn't ask you, were you born there? Or
Yes, I was born and raised in England.
But your roots are Ugandan.
Yes,
and
I
I've been
am
in
Ugandan.
Uganda.
Yes.
So she's an East African born in Britain. That is super intriguing to me. In 2008, I met, I think it was the first European British person I ever met. She was my boss.
No way.
I was a waiter. It's called Lakeview Motor Lodge in Trenton, Missouri. It's closed now, but she ran it. Her parents funded it, and her husband ran it.
Yeah.
Her daughter was actually deported. As soon as Obama became president,
Yeah.
they started deporting all these people, and her daughter, a Mzungu, a white girl, was deported back to England.
No.
Super crazy. And then when I'm in Coast, I met a couple people from Britain, and I actually got along with them pretty decent. One I did, the other I wanted to beat up. He was an old drunk and he was being very rude. But then you're this Ugandan lady. So I guess my first question for you is, what is it like being a Ugandan Brit? What is it like for you, like socially? Do you deal with bad things, or do you just live like any other person?
When we say live with bad things, are you talking more so from a racial perspective?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I've had my few encounters where I've actually questioned a few things where I'm like, is race playing a part of it? So for instance, this is the most current situation I have. I've been having a few issues with work and I've noticed favoritism within the team, and I'm the only minority in the team, and I've voiced this with my manager, and her response was that I've emailed her in an unprofessional manner, me voicing my opinions and expressing me noticing how there's favoritism amongst my peers who are white has resulted in me disrespecting her and not being professional. So me expressing myself is coming across as me being the angry black woman, quote unquote.
Right.
Before this, I've actually never experienced racial profiling. It might be a thing where I might be in places where I might not feel welcome. So it might be a few events where I might go to where I'm the only coloured person, but I don't like to walk into buildings where I'm always like questioning my race. I don't want to live life feeling as though I'm not welcomed anywhere, because I do want to feel welcomed. I live in a land where freedom of speech, we're all equal, there's a lot of democracy going on, we're all liberals, so I don't want to say that I feel like I'm always racially profiled, but I know it's there because I've experienced a few things where I've just questioned people and settings.
It does sound like you're what age? Can I ask that? Is that allowed?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm 27 turning 28.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so you've lived in Britain for 27 years.
Correct.
And it's not, you haven't experienced a life of traumatic racism is what you're saying.
Yeah, not that I know.
And
no.
that's why I really want to talk to Black people and especially African people that are living in these predominantly white places.
Yeah.
Because the media makes it seem like you can't go outside without having fear for your life. And I lived a diverse life in America in my 20s and a non-diverse life in my childhood. And I just have not seen that reflected in society. I've seen what you said, instances of things happening, and I've experienced instances too in my life where I walk in and I don't feel welcome, like a country club or a golf course. Or I remember when I was married, we went to a fancy hotel, and whenever we entered and we were at reception, I felt so out of place, man. And I was white like the others, but it was just out of my sphere of comfort. And maybe it was me that was making myself feel unwelcome, and maybe no one else even noticed me, you know what I mean? So I think that was even my own insecurities.
I've always wanted to come to Kenya, and I've always been like, I'm sure I will find time to go to Kenya. This year, I don't know what was in me. I literally had the urge to come to Kenya, and I've come to Kenya. Main reason is also to go to the coast.
Right.
I know the coast is beautiful, so I've always wanted to go to Diani, Mombasa, Malindi.
Yes.
And I said 2022 is the year where I go to Kenya and I get to explore.
Yeah.
And my time in Kenya has been flying. I've been here for almost 6 days. And it just flies. Time in Kenya flies.
You know,
me?
they say nothing moves quickly in Africa. You're like, maisha iko pole pole, life is slow.
Really?
But time moves so fast, man.
Time flies. I blink my eyes, it's the next day.
Yeah,
It's flying by.
I agree that it moves so fast here. Even if it feels like it's slow in the moment. So when you go to coast, are you gonna fly, take SGR, or
I'm
a coach?
flying to the coast.
Which airline?
7480.
I'm not. I know of that one, but I've never done it. I flew Jumbo Jet to Ukunda airstrip.
Yeah.
You're flying into Ukunda, right?
Correct.
So you're gonna fly into this super country style airports.
No way.
It's not JKA. It's not
I know.
international.
I've seen videos on YouTube of how Ukunda Airport looks like.
Yeah.
It's just it's like going to a taxi station.
Yes.
Where you wait for your car.
Yes.
People just pick their stuff up and they just go. There's no like going through security or clearance. It's just like boom, I'm here now.
And when you're on Beach Road, just opposite where the Nivus is on the main highway, you're gonna see that the airplanes fly right over that road. It's like crazy close, like
So
plane
close.
watching, plane spotting. You can plane spot right in the middle of Diani. So that's something I never knew until last year. I made a friend I would go stay with sometimes, and I'd go stand on the rooftop to smoke. So while I'm up there smoking, I'm like, wait, what is that plane doing? I didn't realize the airstrip was right behind me. So
Okay, that's something to look out for when I go to
yes,
Diani.
exactly. Definitely look out for that. You're only going for 2 days, unfortunately.
Yes, I was meant to go a couple of days ago, but I got my flight times wrong and I missed my flight. Silly me. And as a result, I had to postpone my flight to Uganda. Initially, I'm meant to go to Uganda tomorrow on Monday, but instead I'm going to Uganda on Thursday. So now I had to cut my Uganda trip short in order for me to go to the coast, because my main goal was to go to the coast. And I wasn't going to miss that out for anything.
So when are you coming back?
Good question. I did say I am thinking about coming back to Kenya maybe in October, November time, because at the moment it's spring transitioning into summer in the UK. So I want to stay home for the summer so I can enjoy.
Will you come for longer next time?
Yeah.
Say yes.
Yes,
like
yes,
a month.
yes.
Like 4 to 6 weeks is a good time, I think.
I need the money.
Of course, you gotta have the money.
Yeah. Hopefully, if I do get a remote role where they only want me to come into the office maybe once a month or twice,
Right.
then definitely I can stay in Nairobi for 3 weeks plus.
Do you think you would ever? Let me ask this first. Which other countries have you visited?
In Africa?
Anywhere in the world?
In the world.
Yeah.
I-
So you're from Britain. You've been in
Correct.
Uganda and
Yes.
Kenya
Yes.
and where else?
Greece,
What?
United Arab Emirates,
Okay.
United States.
Wait, UAE
Yeah, UAE.
is multiple countries, right?
Okay, Dubai,
Dubai?
Oman,
There's 6.
Abu Dhabi, but it's all under the same thing. to me.
Okay.
Maldives,
Okay.
Morocco,
Okay.
Croatia,
Okay. Say.
France.
Okay.
I did say Spain, right?
No, I don't
Spain.
think so.
Yeah, I did say Spain. Yeah. Okay, Spain.
So like 11 or 12 countries? Is there more?
I think so. There's more, but I can't remember. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But one thing I've realized about the world by being in East Africa is a lot of the world is closer together, it seems. So even like if I finally go to Europe, I can go from one country to another with an hour or 2 train.
Yeah.
What? And that when I found that out, it blew my mind.
It's crazy because in America, from New York to California, that's like a 5-hour flight, right?
I don't know how many hours, but it's a 2-day drive, and that's if you don't really stop.
Yeah.
You
so
know?
different states in America, in my head, I look at them like different countries.
Yes, that's exactly how I look at it.
That's
so
how I look at America.
I look at Europe. I look at Europe like United States, but United countries. So I guess that's where United Kingdom comes in. Yeah.
Good point.
Now I claim Irish roots, just from my research and my personality and life story and surnames. I'm a Hughes and a Clark, and I know those are attributed to Britain, but from what I've seen, they originated most likely in Ireland. I could be wrong, whatever. I already got the tattoo, so it's too late. but I would love to go to Europe and experience some of those things.
Yeah,
And
definitely go to Europe during the summer.
yeah,
Summer in Europe is different.
a summertime
Longer
thing.
days.
Longer days and better weather.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm from a northern,
So where are you from in the States?
I'm from Missouri, the northern side, the Yankee side. So we grew up with all 4 seasons, snow and then crazy hot summer.
Yeah.
So we get Mombasa heat, but then we get the top of Kilimanjaro, the snow, the ice,
Yeah.
you know?
That's like with England. I've grown up with 4 seasons, and
Yeah.
in all honesty, I don't want to deal with going through 4 seasons because you do go through like seasonal depression.
Yes.
When it's winter, you're
Yeah.
just like, I need to get out of it. It's freezing cold.
Gray
you know, those
sky.
Grey skies,
Yeah,
gloomy
yeah,
days. You
yeah.
just don't want to get out of bed because the weather just looks appalling, and it could rain throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Whereas with now, I personally feel like for me, I want to live in a climate where I know the weather's consistent with heat, sun. I love to wake up to the sun, and it's
I
so nice
learned-
to experience that whilst in Kenya.
Last year I learned that wintertime in Nairobi means no sun. It's just gray sky for like 4 or 5 weeks.
And I heard this is winter period. Well, you guys are transitioning into the winter.
Yeah,
period.
it's a transition point
If
right
this
now, I
is winter
think.
period, then
I'm wearing
it.
I'm wearing a tank top, you know, and you're wearing shorts,
Yeah.
and I am wearing sweatpants, but that's because it gets a little bit cold in the evening right now, and
Yeah, I've noticed that. It
this
does get
this
quite
is
chilly.
evening that we're recording. It's around 6 p.m.
And it does get quite chilly.
Yeah, and it's storm clouds on the horizon. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's really visible
But
well.
with the rain, what I've noticed with the rain in Nairobi, it rains for a few minutes, then it stops, and then the sun comes out.
Like
and then,
Florida.
yeah, and then
Florida's
the sun,
like that.
and then the sun comes out and it doesn't rain again.
Yeah.
Whereas with the UK, it will rain, it
Yeah.
will stop, and then it will rain again, and then it
Yeah.
will stop, then it will rain again, or it will rain throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Whereas with here, if this is your winter where you're saying this is the rain season where it rains for a few minutes and the sun comes out, I would definitely take this weather.
It's hoodie weather.
I love this weather.
It's hoodie weather. It's like early spring in Missouri or early fall in Missouri. You just put on a hoodie and you're good to go. I don't like snow. I don't like cold.
I don't like snow.
I haven't played in the snow in over 25 years, and I don't miss it. I don't care. Like,
I mean, it's nice to look at, but
Yeah,
I
it's
don't,
pretty-
I don't
exactly.
want to be involved. I don't want to be involved.
we're the same on that one.
Yeah.
So I'm amazed at how many countries you've been to. Could you see yourself ever living outside of Britain?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay. What's your top 3 options right now if you had to choose one for next week?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
At the moment, I have one in mind. I would love to live in Dubai. for a
Oh.
bit. I would love to live in Dubai.
Yeah.
Number 1, weather. Weather in Dubai is amazing. Food is great.
Yeah.
The only disadvantage I would say about Dubai is during their hot periods from beginning of June until end of August, September. The weather is extremely hot.
Arizona.
Extremely hot. I feel like Dubai's heat in summer is a different type of heat.
It's stifling.
I don't feel like Arizona can compete with Dubai.
Really?
It's like 38 degrees plus. It's horrible.
It might be hotter. I just know that in Arizona that there's like a 3-month period that people basically don't go outside during the day, or they try not to because it's that extreme desert heat with no humidity.
Yeah.
So you don't even know that you're not sweating because there's no humidity, and you heat stroke really easy. And I've already heard that about Dubai too. So.
Yeah, that's the only disadvantage. It's safe. Dubai is very safe for women.
Yeah.
And I'm a Muslim.
You're Muslim?
Yeah, I am Muslim.
Shocking. Only shocking because you're not dressed in any way to indicate. But maybe that's my Muslim ignorance.
No. I always get that. I always get like, oh, you're Muslim. I'm like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, how's a Muslim supposed to be? I know you're meant to be all covered up. That's like number one.
And I've learned that just like a Christian, a Muslim is not going to always be one certain way.
Yeah. You come across different types of Muslims, but I am Muslim. And as a Muslim, I would love to live in Dubai because it's near Saudi Arabia. That's where the pilgrimage is.
Right.
So you have Mecca, Medina. So it'd be nice for me to become a stronger Muslim.
What's your other two countries?
Good one. Definitely somewhere in Africa. I wouldn't. Not Uganda. I love Uganda to visit, but to live and work, no.
It's a tricky one.
It's a tricky one. I would probably say Spain. I always have a good time when I go to Spain. I really like Spain.
Yeah.
Plus the weather's great. Last place would probably be. I've never been here, but I can see myself working there. Is Singapore.
I've heard good things about it. I've never researched it though.
Yeah, but
I just know it's very put together.
Yeah. It's put together. Salary's great. Weather's great, so that's very important. So I would say Singapore.
I have seen correlations between Singapore and I think it's Kigali, Rwanda. I don't know if it's true, but I have seen people correlate the two. And
do you reckon it's because of the cleanliness of both?
The cleanliness?
Yeah.
Perhaps so. And I was telling you earlier about my Uganda travels.
Oh yeah.
I had the East African visa. I was on my way to Rwanda.
Yeah.
But I got so messed up in the head in Uganda that I did not make it to Rwanda. But I really want to go. I really want to experience.
Oh my god, can we talk about the East African visa quickly?
Yeah, definitely. Tell us about it.
My experience of the East African visa has been so interesting.
Yeah.
With my trip, I'm going to Kenya and Uganda, but because I'm coming to Kenya first, my point of entry has to be a Kenyan visa.
Huh.
Right.
Unfair.
Okay. I got a Ugandan East African visa, and point of entry is Uganda. But bear in mind, my ticket from the UK was to Kenya.
Right.
So I had to spend money to get the East African visa on the Kenyan visa site.
$100.
$100. So I had to pay that twice because I got the Ugandan one first, thinking maybe I could use the East African visa via the East African embassy.
Yeah.
But point of entry, if I did, because I got it from Uganda, has to be Uganda. But my point of entry into East Africa is Kenya, so I can't take my Ugandan East African visa to Kenya. So I had to get a whole Kenyan one. So I basically spent $200 on visas.
What? It's so frustrating.
I know. But the good thing is with the Kenyan East African visa, they approve it within like hours.
Yes,
or a day. They're very quick with it. But the annoying thing is they don't email you.
Correct.
You have to go and log into the portal to see if it's been accepted or issued.
My experience back to 2018 is getting a visa in Kenya.
Yeah.
Or East African visa. You can do your business online, but don't expect communication. There's a big lapse in communication, and then as you're explaining, there's some technicalities about it that just don't make sense.
And they emailed me my visa at least 10 times. They emailed me consistently saying your visa has been accepted, your visa's been accepted. I had to block them.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was like I was getting constant emails letting me know my visa has been accepted.
Yeah.
And I didn't receive a confirmation email from the Kenyan site saying that my payment has been accepted.
Yeah.
I thought they robbed me because normally when you pay for something, you normally get a confirmation email just to confirm you paid for something.
Yeah.
I didn't receive anything. And as a result, I went to the Ugandan I went to the Ugandan embassy and I applied for it there, and I got an email just to confirm I'd made a payment.
That's too frustrating.
I know. So I paid double.
I remember my first time coming, I was getting zero communication. So when I arrived, I was so stressed about it. I'm like, look, I did this, I did that.
This was all
I'm
online.
explaining. I did, yeah, everything online.
Okay.
So I'm explaining myself whenever I'm at the airport, and no emotion. They just take my documents, look at it, walked away for a minute, didn't say anything. I said, what? Then they come back, stamped my document, let me in.
Oh my god, I had the
It
same
was the most
experience.
melodramatic
I had the same experience when I landed here. The guy, he took the paper, my East African visa paper, he looked at it,
Yeah.
then he walked away, went to go and talk to his colleague. I'm there thinking, I'm here waiting. Then he was like, Madam, it has to take us some time for it to process.
Madame.
I was like, alright, you could have let me know before wandering off. But he was so
Go ahead.
chilled. He was so chilled.
Do you find that people treat you differently since you have a clearly different accent, just like I do?
I'm on mute. And I have a driver and he's Kenyan, so
Yeah.
he just talks on my behalf. I'm always like, yeah, can you negotiate with this person? Because I'm not trying to pay prices
Right.
for Bazungus or people that are outsiders. I don't want
Yes.
to pay the prices. I'm an East African.
Yeah.
I don't want to be paying any extra prices. Also, one thing, I went to Giraffe Manor and
Yes, I
I've
saw
realized,
that.
yes, there's like non-resident prices,
Yes.
East African prices,
Yes.
all of these different prices. And I was like, I'm not paying the East African. I'm paying the East African price because I am East African, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to pay quote unquote the Bazungu prices.
Yeah.
So I was talking to the guy at the till, and we were like negotiating, and he was like, "Okay, that's fine." Even though I had a British passport on me,
Yeah.
but I did tell them that I am from Uganda, and I am Ugandan. I'm only British by paper, but I'm East African.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was able to get my prices down. The annoying thing is at the national park, I was not able to tell them to get my price down to an East African price. They needed some form of documentation to support that I am East African, even though I look it, but they need it on paper.
Yeah.
So I had to pay, I think it was like $60 just
Oh.
for my entrance into the national park. So I went on like a safari tour. Whereas with the East African people, they were paying like 25.
Yep.
I could have saved so much money.
There's a lot I would love to do here,
Yeah.
but I've not done a lot of it because
you have to pay non-residence prices, which is like triple the amount.
Number one, I said I'm gonna go over there, get my health right. Everybody knows that story.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as like what I do, I said I'm going to do my photography and my film, and I'm gonna earn my way. And when I get my credentials together, then I'll go on safari.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, I'm not gonna go pay $200 to go see animals. I'm just not gonna do it. Like I can't allow myself.
It's a once in a lifetime thing, especially for me who doesn't come here quite often.
Right.
I wanted to have that experience as me going for the safari, but the
Yeah.
prices, I'm not paying that again. I promise. Those prices, I was paying my card like, damn. Why am I paying these prices?
Yeah.
But it's a once in a lifetime thing, and I'm so happy I did go in it.
Yeah.
But moving forward, when I am back in Nairobi, I best believe I'm paying East African prices. I'm not paying non-residency prices. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
My pockets are screaming. My card is screaming. I'm not doing it. Nope.
It's very, very tricky for the outsider to do certain things.
I know.
And it's unfortunate that you have to be an outsider in your own native land.
I know. It's
Holy
papers.
sana.
Papers, which I don't have.
Yeah. What's been your favorite food?
Oh my god, let's not talk about the food. Guys, forgive me.
Bad experience?
Okay, let me talk about this. Guys, I love you. Kenyans, I love you. Ugandans, I love you. All East Africans, I love you guys.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, the food, my diet here has been really bad. I don't even want to talk about this because you guys are going to give me backlash here. You're just going to be like, go back home.
Yeah.
No. I've been eating chips and chicken.
Okay, I mean that's a start.
But that's crap.
But-
That's crappy food.
and that's pretty Western,
I'm yet to try ugali. I've heard people talk about ugali. Ugali has become a ringtone in my head.
Yes.
That's always ringing. And I haven't tried ugali. Have you tried ugali?
I love ugali and I cook ugali.
You cook ugali?
Yeah.
Muzungu cooks ugali?
I do. I make a nice ugali. Some people say I do it better than Kenyans even.
Really?
I'm not
Okay.
going to claim that title, but I'll let Kenyans say whatever they want.
So what do you cook ugali with?
Number one, stew. Tomato stew.
Oh, okay.
You know, so you take 2 or 3 tomatoes, you reduce them down, but first you saute some onion.
Oh, nice.
You can do your garlic powder or fresh garlic. Then you the last thing is you put your diced tomatoes down and you just let it reduce until
cool.
it becomes soupy. You can add water to it to make it more soupy, or you can leave it thick, more like stew. So you can take ugali with stew, and then umboga, which is the greens. Spinach,
I heard umboga
cabbage,
is very,
mchicha,
very important when you're
kienyeji.
having ugali,
Yeah, so those are the. If you're on a budget, that's supper. And if you got the extra money, then you have beef, pork. No pork for you.
Keep it halal.
The fish, you know, goat, you know. So ugali, some people say that it's sweet, you know, but I've learned that in Kenya, sweet doesn't mean like candy sweets. It means sweet like good, like tastes
like,
good.
Oh, it tastes good. Oh, it's sweet.
Right, but to me, I don't love the sweetness of it. There is a taste and a scent to it, but it's very mild. But it's a filler food. It just gives you more to chew, more to bite, and it fills you up, and it gives you katambo. This one.
I heard.
Yeah, so I like ugali, and a lot of people from the West are like, "Oh, it's tasteless, it's terrible," but it's just like
stew you make it with. That's
right.
what it is,
Precisely. I'm glad you at least said it, because I always tell people you don't eat noodles or rice without
itself.
butter or salt or stew or something to go with it. So ugali, the only time you're gonna eat it alone is if you're flat broke and that's all you have. Or some people will take ugali with milk for breakfast. Yeah, so it's all in the upbringing, the acquired tastes, you know.
Ugali with milk.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
Very interesting.
I haven't done it. I've barely taken a sip of milk here. I stopped taking milk a long time ago.
I'm lactose intolerant, so my milk is like
Yeah.
plant-based milk. I like oat milk.
I only take milk here when I'm maybe it's in the dingu, the small green beans. They look like peas, but those are beans.
Okay, cool.
The dingu, I think it's like the family name of the various beans. Then they have separate names. But I love dingu and mchele, dingu and chapo, and sometimes there's milk put into that dingu. You know.
Interesting. I've never tried that. Yet to try that.
Yeah. So have you had? I don't think I asked yet. Have you had any bad experiences in Uganda or here, other than being forced to pay different fees? Anything traumatic or angry?
I had something traumatic 2 days ago.
Oh no.
Okay, let me tell you. Maybe it's just me not knowing how things are.
Yeah.
So me, my driver, and my sister, we must have gone to Chicken Inn, because Chicken Inn is like the KFC of Kenya. I can't lie, Chicken Inn is nice, but the chips
You liked it?
Yeah, Chicken Inn is nice, but the chips are crap.
Yeah.
The chips ain't it. So I see why everyone was like, yeah, when you go to Chicken Inn, you get the chicken, you don't get the chips. But the chips do come with the chicken.
Yeah.
Cool. I was waiting in the car because I was tired.
Yeah.
A lady comes up to me, she was like, Mama, I have something for you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I have my phone in my hand, texting away, and I'm like, yeah, what is it? She brings out an 8-inch knife from her pocket. No, from her bag, sorry. And she's like, please, mom, see this, I have this for you. And then the way she looked at me, I was thinking, crap, this is gonna be on site.
No.
She's gonna stab me. I call my driver Innocent. I'm like, Innocent, come to the car now. Innocent comes over and he was like, what's going on? I'm like, Innocent, I don't know, this lady has a knife, I don't know what's going on. He was like, no, she's trying to sell to you, don't worry. She can't do anything to you. This place is very secure, nobody can
Where
touch
were you?
I think I was like opposite Wilson Airport. There's a petrol station and there's like Chicken Inn.
Langata, Nairobi West something.
Yeah. So like, there's Chicken Inn and there's Creamy Inn, there's Pizza Inn. So I was around there. So he was like, don't worry, she can do nothing to you, nobody's looking.
That's so
in my
wild.
head, I'm like, she's bringing out an 8-inch knife. What do you mean she can't do anything to me?
Yeah.
And she brings it down to me. She's like, I also have another one. Brings out another knife. I was like, mate, you want my phone? But I was like, let's call Innocent. I call the driver, he comes and he's like, what's going on? I was like, can you tell this lady to go? And he told her to go, and I was like, don't leave the car, don't ever leave the car. So that experience was low-key traumatic to me, but he told me she was trying to sell something to me.
It's a scary experience.
She wasn't going to do anything, but she was trying to sell something to me.
Yeah.
But I already went into like flight mode. Like my whole body was like, right,
Yeah.
you need to leave the
Yeah.
situation, call someone.
Yeah.
The way she brought out the knife, I was thinking, mate, this phone's gonna get yanked out. But the good thing is my window was tilted all the way up, so
Yeah.
she could only slide down the knife. But if it was fully open,
Yeah.
she could have like yanked the phone. She's like, don't scream, don't say anything, give me that phone. She could easily do that.
Yeah.
Easily. So yeah, I think from that whole experience, I've just got to be very cautious with how I present myself with like my phone,
Yes.
my money.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Innocent, my driver, was telling me, he was like, the way you walk around freely with money.
Yes.
you
Oh.
need to- I do this thing. I don't know why I
Yeah.
do this. I'm very comfortable with like walking around with money in my hand, just swinging around. He was like, you have too much money to just be swinging around like that.
Yeah.
So he's like, give me your money, let me hide it for you. And he was
Yeah.
like, certain places you can get away with it, but there's also certain places in Nairobi you've just got to be very cautious about how you walk around with your money.
Absolutely. Have you been in town? CBD?
Everyone keeps telling me this. I'm not going there.
CBD will rock your world. And there's a nice side and a how do I even say it, guys? There's a rough side and a not so rough side.
I mean, these places won't catch me.
I've had a chain picked in CBD. I had a guy pass by me twice and unzip my bag so that he could have it set up to reach in. And then my partner spotted him right before he came for the third pass and pointed at him. And that's the best thing you can do is you point. Wait.
Yeah.
You.
You.
And as soon as they know that they've been spotted, they don't want mob justice. They don't want police to get a hold of them. So they're gonna back off and
gonna
go away.
back off, yeah.
But CBD is crazy. And if we
I keep
if we
hearing about
stood
CBD.
like this in town, in CBD, if we stood like this out here, in this, shopping area,
Yeah.
somebody would have came and most likely grabbed the camera and ran by now. You just can't do this. In the pockets, somebody could have passed by and grabbed the phone out of the pocket. It's like New York in the 1990s. New York in the 1990s, there were men picking watches off of people's wrist on the subway, and you wouldn't even know. They reach in your purse, they reach in your pockets. I bet London has that same culture, or used to have that culture.
It depends on where you are in London.
Right.
Like, I've heard instances where people have been waiting at a bus stop,
Yeah.
texting on their phone, someone on a bike just yanks the phone out
Yeah.
whilst they're at the bus stop. What can you do? You can't chase someone that's on a bike or
Yeah.
a motorcycle.
Yeah,
It's
and
not gonna
I've
happen.
seen it in Britain how a lot of crimes are committed with like a scooter.
Yeah,
It's like two guys on a scooter.
That's a new thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You could be at an ATM. It really depends on your location in London. You could be at an ATM withdrawing money, and by
Right.
the time the money comes, somebody's already yanked it out.
Yeah. Now UK,
Yes.
Britain is on camera, is it not? Like, isn't most of
Yeah,
that
we have,
there's cameras like New York City?
yeah,
It's
cameras
the same
are
idea.
everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so what else do I have to ask you? We got your bad experience. Do you have husband, fiance, kids, any
No.
of that?
No.
So you didn't
I'm a
leave-
single as a Kit Kat. Free life.
You didn't leave anybody behind.
Nope.
What about your mom and dad? Are they around?
Yes, they are. I do live with my parents. I still live at home.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did they think about you coming over here by yourself?
Oh, I came with my little sister.
With your sister? What
What do
about
they
you guys
think?
coming?
My mum knows, like, I'm a jet setter. I'm a traveller. I go anywhere and everywhere I want to.
Yeah, we've
Like,
learned that.
Yeah. If I want to go somewhere, if I'm telling you now, like, I want to go Singapore, best believe within a year or in the next couple of months, I'm going to go Singapore.
Yeah.
I'm very strong with traveling. Like, I know I'm going to go places, network with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely love traveling.
Do they miss home? Do they come home?
Yes, my parents do come back to Uganda quite frequently compared to me, who hasn't been back to Uganda for 8 years.
Yeah.
So my dad tends to go to Uganda every 2 years, my mum every 3 years, 2 years.
Wow.
So. But yeah, they tend to go back to Uganda quite often.
Do you speak Luganda?
Yes, I can. Do you
Fully?
speak?
No.
Fully. Do you understand Luganda?
No, I learned like 2 or 3 words when I was there, and
Like,
I
what
don't.
did you learn?
I don't even remember them now.
You don't?
Because it's been 2 years.
How long were you in Uganda for?
Like 3.5 weeks.
Oh,
But like we
Ah.
talked about on your channel, is I feel like Kenyans are way more welcoming, and Ugandans aren't not welcoming necessarily,
but they're
standoffish.
Yeah, I get it. I get
Yes,
it.
so
Yeah,
they're the
they
same
are.
way with the language. Like nobody was going out of their way to teach me Luganda when I was there. And then I found myself hanging out with Rwandanese, South Sudanese, Rwandese, South Sudanese, and Kenyans when I was there.
In Uganda?
Yes. 50% Ugandan, the other 50% was 3 other nationalities that I was around.
Why were the Ugandans just so standoffish that they didn't want to?
Well, it was a matter
interact
of
with
my
you?
network, like people that I was knowing. I was meeting people for photo shoots.
Oh, okay.
I was just going where I was familiar with people's faces and names, because
Yeah.
that's what. When I'm first in an area, I'm not just gonna go to the mall by myself like I did today.
Yeah.
I have to get a level of comfort. So at least
Yeah.
in the case of emergency, I know which way to run. Like, I know how to get a bike. You know, I know how to survive whatever situation may come my way. And I'm obviously, you guys, I'm not trying to push the Africa is dangerous narrative, but
You
things
just gotta be
can
cautious,
happen.
Yeah. You just got to be aware.
It's the same thing when you're in Dallas and New York. You got to know which
Oh my God, I
train
have
to
a
go
story for
to.
you.
Go
when I went
ahead.
to Dallas a few years ago.
Tell me about Dallas.
I've been to New York, Dallas,
Awesome.
Atlanta.
Awesome.
10 years ago, 13 years ago, I was held at gunpoint in Dallas.
Jesus Christ.
So I think my trauma from being held at gunpoint kicked in when this lady was bringing in the knife. I was
Yes.
literally, my life flashed before my eyes. I was like, flip's sake, this is ringing
Where
bells.
were you in Dallas?
I was in Southeast Dallas. Southeast Dallas.
Oh yeah, you were in the hood. I mean, that's not necessarily hood, but it's a lot of activity. Mesquite is over there. The
Yeah.
fairgrounds is over there.
I had no idea. So when we were reporting
Wow.
our case to the police, they were like, "This area has the highest homicide, and you should be lucky."
There you
to
have
be.
it, yeah.
He was like, "You should be lucky to be alive."
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, "No."
Dallas is a very rich city, but it got a lot of hood too.
I know. Like,
Every
they
city has it.
robbed-
Every town has it.
They robbed my phone. I was like, "You can take the phone," and I was so pissed at the time because I was how old was I? I think I was like 16 at the time.
Yeah.
I was so upset. Because at the time, that's when Instagram was like newly out. I wanted to take my Instagram pictures. I was very shallow. I was more so just upset that I didn't have my phone.
My Instagram.
My Instagram, instead of me saying, "Thank God I'm alive to see
Yeah.
another day,"
Yeah.
expressing gratitude, I'm crying
Yeah.
over my phone because I'm not able to take pictures. Very shallow mindset at the time, but whereas with now, my perspective on life is completely different. God
Yeah.
forbid, if a situation like that ever happens, I'm very thankful for life. Life itself is
Yeah.
more dearly compared to a
You know,
stupid phone.
we talked about some stresses and whatnot, and I get
Yeah.
down sometimes, and
Yeah.
I've battled with that most of my life.
Oh yeah, I do
But
as well.
Just the other day,
Yeah.
when I was sulking a bit,
Mm.
some memories flashed into my mind
Yeah.
where I was in some fucked up situations
Really?
where I could have been robbed, beaten, killed,
Why? What happened?
just different situations. And it was largely when I was a big drinker. When I was in the Navy in Florida, and I had
Yeah.
that good paycheck coming in. I got divorced during that time, separated with my son, all that. So
Yeah.
I just went wild drinking, and I found myself in some situations, scenarios, and locations where I easily could have been exploited and
Oh yeah.
and really,
Because you're
really,
vulnerable.
really, really damaged. And I've always wondered, like, what is it about me that got me through that? Is it the grace of God? Is it my personality?
Are you religious, by the
Do
way?
I have an aura? I'm not a practicing religious person,
Okay.
but I've been praying every night. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like, I don't think I would be where I am in life as far as health and. You know, I have all my fingers, all my toes, all my limbs. If I didn't have faith, I just don't think I would have made it this far.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So, you know, I try to keep that in mind because obviously I made it this far for a reason, and
you
they
did.
didn't hurt you in Dallas for a reason, thank God.
Thank God for that, because
Now-
if so, then I wouldn't be here making this video.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Now, what about New York and Atlanta? Anything crazy there, or was it all good? Because I've been in New York also.
New York to me is just hustle and bustle. Like
Yes.
people are just all about like that. New Yorkers are very straightforward.
Yes.
And if you're a sensitive person, New York is not the
You won't
spot
make
to
it.
go to.
You won't
So
make
I
it.
remember I had a situation in JFK where I had a few hours before my flight was going to take off. So I had like 4 hours in New York.
Yeah.
So I put my suitcase in like a baggage place where you can store your luggage.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Ma'am, they don't pay me enough money to do this shit, so I'm not gonna take your luggage." I literally looked at the guy. I'm being serious. I looked at the guy and I was like, "Wait,
You know?
am I bugging? Am I wilding? Like, what am I hearing?" He literally said, "Ma'am, they don't pay me enough money to be doing this shit, so I'm not gonna take it."
When
I literally was roaming around in New York with 2 heavy suitcases.
Yes. I stayed in the Bronx, the North Bronx, like some Jamaican hood at an Airbnb. It was super dope. It's super dope. Now, South Bronx is the more ghetto side of Bronx. But this is the home of hip hop. I wanted to just stay in the Bronx.
Aren't you adventurous? You're so adventurous.
This was before I came to Kenya. I said I have to go to New York before I leave the country.
Okay, cool.
So I went for 8 days.
Yeah.
So I stayed there. I went to Harlem, Manhattan, Times Square, la-di-da.
Yeah.
I walked the Brooklyn Bridge.
Did all of that?
Yeah, I walked in the gentrified side of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there was... the last night I was there, my friend said, let's go to a movie. And I said, okay, fine. So I said, where is it? She said, New Rochelle. I said, New Rochelle from the DMX song, where, hey, this is Shell from New Rochelle. I don't know if you know.
I ain't heard of that.
I'm a big DMX fan, and that's the only reason why I knew the name New Rochelle. So we go to this New Rochelle, and it's this suburb just up past the Bronx. And we leave the movie, and these guys rolled by in a car and was scouting us. And my friend, she's wearing Michael Kors head to toe. Michael Kors bag, Michael Kors top, pant, shoe, everything.
Michael Kors ambassador.
Yeah, Michael Kors billboard.
Yeah.
And I remember standing on the corner. We were gonna take the bus back.
Yeah.
And I remember the guys in this car rounding the corner like this, and the passenger looking straight at me. Our eyes met, and I said, "That's weird." Because in a whole week of New York, nobody looked me in my eyes. Everybody minded their business because that's a sign of rudeness or it's a sign of a threat. And right then, she was Haitian. This Haitian cab driver pulls up and we just hop in. It was like this magic wand. And as soon as we got in, she said, you don't know what was about to happen to us. I said, what? She said, those guys were about to rob us. And I said, wow. Of course, I go to the suburb, not the main borough, and that's where we find danger. But other than that, New York for me, I love that nobody asked me for a damn thing unless they were selling something. They were selling candy, they were selling their CD. If they asked for a cigarette, they gave me $1 and change, a whole dollar. Because a pack of cigarettes in New York was $10 to $12 back then. So New York, man, like, interesting place. That's awesome that you've been there.
Yeah,
it's awesome that you've been in
New York.
Dallas.
Yeah,
I've experienced both, so we can share that.
Yeah.
It's super dope.
Super.
The world traveler. Hello.
Hello, I do plan on going to more places.
Yeah.
I do.
I do too. Being on this side of the world,
Where else do you want to go? Do you
I
want to travel more in Africa?
I definitely want to check out Europe, as far as Ireland. Spain could be cool. Greece could be cool.
Oh,
I'm just kind of generally open to some of these European locations now.
You should be.
I would
They're
love to go to
so
Japan
lovely,
and
so
eat the
lovely.
real deal sushi.
I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah.
I really want to go to Tokyo.
I miss sushi, and I think Japanese culture is just so beautiful.
Oh my god, fun fact. I
Oh
had
my
my
gosh.
first sushi a couple of months ago.
No way.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
literally. I had my first sushi a couple of months ago. And
People
it was
think
really
it's just
nice.
raw fish, but
Yeah, that was literally my perspective.
there's
of
more
sushi.
to it. It's
It was
smoked salmon.
really
It's
nice.
fried. It's fried
I had
shrimp.
like avocados and salmon in
Yes.
my one. It was so good.
I love sushi with the spicy mayonnaise, the orange one, because I like spicy.
Oh, I like.
So I
spicy
put the
as well.
soy sauce, but then I put the spicy mayo on it. Without the spicy mayo,
It
I
doesn't
don't
taste the same.
love it. I don't love it the same. Where else? Taiwan would be cool because I love Thai food.
I like Thai food.
I've been in Dubai for layover.
Wait. When you say, I don't want to sound silly.
Go ahead.
So with Taiwan, when
Yeah.
you say you like Thai food,
Yeah.
do you mean food from Thailand or Taiwan? They're two different countries, right? Thailand and Taiwan. Please educate me.
Oh shit, geography. I don't know.
I don't know. You tell me.
I
was
don't
just thinking
know.
about that. When you said Taiwan, I was like, Taiwan.
And you know, in the U.S. how we have all
I
the
think they're
Asian
two
food
different
joints.
countries. So when you like Thai food, I think you mean food from Thailand. Because Taiwan is a place in China. I don't know.
That's a fabulous question that we both look really ignorant.
If you're so smart, answer this because I don't know. Just educate me.
I just know that, you know, in the U.S. we have all the Asian food. Chinese food, Japanese food, and Thai food. Those are like the main three.
Yeah.
And Vietnamese food.
I
would like to go to Vietnam, too.
I've actually never tried Vietnamese food.
It's just noodles and animals that are nicely cooked.
Just noodles and animals. I love how you say animals.
Yeah, I say that here too. Like, you know, we're eating animals tonight 'cause we got money. And they would take like crushed peanuts. Okay, ground nuts in Uganda.
I don't eat nuts. I'm allergic to nuts.
I don't like the G nut of Uganda. I think it ruins a good fish. But they mush it like a peanut butter, but it's like runny. So
I don't like it. I don't like nuts
instead
anyways.
of the Vietnamese making it creamy, they just mash them and they sprinkle it over the food. Yeah, so you'd have to make sure you tell them you have a nut allergy. I want to travel more in Kenya in Africa for sure. I want to go to Namibia for sure.
I want to go to Namibia as well.
Namibia. I want to go meet that tribe. I keep forgetting their name, but they're
I
like
know the one in Namibia.
they're like the Maasai and Samburu of the other side. Ghana would be cool.
Yeah, I wanna go to Ghana.
Ethiopia, Congo, Zambia, Egypt. That's off the top of my head. I didn't count them, but those would be my countries. Egypt for the history.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, Zambia because they've been showing me love for a long time. South Africa if I feel welcome. I'm slowly trying to reach out and see if I'll really be welcome or not. You know, we get a lot of mixed reviews on South Africa whenever we're outside of it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really know like what the actual current situation is there. So yeah, I have travel dreams.
I do as well.
Yeah.
Let's just hope the economy picks up because at the moment we're going through some hard times.
Yeah.
We all are going through some hard times.
Yeah,
but
most definitely.
Hopefully the economy picks up and we're able to explore and live freely. Because with this whole COVID situation, it's just been a bit of a hassle to travel.
Yeah.
Because with certain places you can't go anywhere without your COVID vaccination. And I'm aware there are some people that are very skeptical about getting the vaccine.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just have to navigate life through this COVID era.
Okay. The world's
Let's not talk about the COVID era.
Yeah,
but yeah. If you
yeah,
know, you
we
know.
won't even get into it deep because everybody knows and they have their opinions.
You know. That's
Yeah.
all we're gonna say.
And we talked about on our interview, the world's going a little crazy right now.
Yeah.
So I tell people like not to feel too pressed or stressed about travel, to just be patient and see how things are going to play out.
Correct.
And just stay safe and healthy more than anything. Yeah, you know that social media has such a pressure on us to like be fabulous and successful and traveling and jet setting.
And that's how I feel like with social media. It's like, oh, I'll take these pictures when I go on holiday. Oh, my content will be amazing once I go on holiday. Maybe starting your content wherever you are is enough.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I struggle with that. I'm always like, oh, maybe when I go to this country, I'll produce fire content. Maybe the fire content is within me. It's within the place that I'm in.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
just start from wherever you are. Even if the little you have, you can start and just build from there.
Yeah.
And I think for me, one thing I struggle with, I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like I will create content, but at the same token, I've got to be my own supporter. I've got to support myself because not everyone around me is going to support me, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
As long as I'm my biggest cheerleader, that's all I need. And if you are planning on starting content like myself and Matt has been consistent with this thing. He will hopefully flourish very soon.
Yes.
You've just got to believe in yourself and just keep pushing and thriving, and also be willing to accept that some people won't want to support you, and that's absolutely fine. As long as your vision and your goals are aligned with what you're doing, the rest is history. You've got this. Just keep going.
She said it all. Everybody's not going to be your fan.
Nobody
you know,
will. Even the people closest to you won't be, and that's okay.
You can expect to see friends and family look the other way from your work.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you make music, everybody's not going to dance to your tune.
That's okay.
So it's the same game with content creation. I think that's an awesome outro, and we only got to shut it down honestly because the sunlight is shutting down.
Y'all can't see me. I'm joking.
Yes, we had to come inside just to tell you bye-bye because there wasn't hardly any lighting outside. So what do you have to say to everybody? You're leaving for a coast tomorrow, and then you're going back to UG.
And then I'm going back to London.
How many days left in Africa then?
I've got 9 days left.
Oh, 9 days only. Yeah.
Only 9 days. It's been great, and I can't wait to come back. It's been lovely meeting people like yourselves, so I can understand different people's perspective, how they're finding life in Kenya. It's just so nice to meet people that are willing to share their experiences, and I do hope to meet up with you soon.
Most definitely.
When I do come back to Kenya. So it's been great. Thank you so much for your time.
Caribou Sana.
Asante.
She's-
Asante Sana.
Yeah. She's gonna go enjoy her Naivas foods now.
Oh yeah, I got 3 from the samosas. I'm starving.
Alright. Peace and love, Kenya.
Bye, guys.